Hello and welcome to another Daily Fix with me, Sean Paul Johnston, here in the SmallFryUnify studio. Got a couple of little quick stories for you guys. Yesterday was obviously the live stream with Lindsay. She was playing Farpoint, and the Daily Fix on Tuesday, I missed Monday by accident. The Tuesday one was about 20 minutes long, talking about VR, so I'm just going to get straight into this one, tell you about these stories. I'm not going to go into massive detail about them, just give you some general stuff. I'll probably post up some videos and links and stuff. I'll put links in the descriptions. If you use those links, just be aware the links may be linked to Amazon, or they may be affiliate links. If you do buy from those, you shouldn't lose anything yourself. It should be just the same price, but we may get a small fee for you using that link, so it helps us out a little bit. Anyway, let's jump straight into the first story. The first story was, I wanted to tell you about Res Infinite. Now obviously, Res Infinite, the VR version, came out in the PlayStation VR, kind of roughly about launch, I think it was, last year, so this time last year almost. And yeah, it seemed to get pretty good response. I tried the demo, I felt a little bit sickly in the demo. I never got the full game, but maybe I'll get it at some stage. The news is right now, it's just become available for PC, and it is VR ready, so you can play it on Oculus Rift and on the HTC Vive. It's $20, probably about £17 or £16 here in the UK, and it's limited, so it's a limited price on the 16th of August, so a couple of days after you watch this video. It will be going back up to its normal price of $25, so about £20, so still a few pounds dearer, but still, it's on sale. So if you have been on the fence and you've got one of those other headsets, you can buy the game now. Second story I want to tell you about was, there's an official Fallout board game going to be coming out. Now we've seen one from Nintendo, the Monopoly one where it's got Nintendo. I watched one of the playthroughs with Nintendo Minute, and it was quite interesting the way they were doing that. Well, there's a game coming out for Fallout, and it's based on Fallout 3 and 4. It supports up to 4 players, and it's going to be priced around £55 or $59. So you'll be able to get that quite soon. I've not got a date for that one there, but that's coming out, looks quite cool. So another board game. It's funny how these games, we went from board games to video games, and now we're going back to board games based on video games. I thought that was the whole point of progression, was that board games were kind of superseded by video games, but anyway, I'm sure there's still party games, party environments where board games are still pretty cool. The next thing was, Valve is finally releasing a new game, its first since 2013, which was Dota 2. However, it's not goddamn Half-Life 3. Valve, Gabe, just give us the game for... Anyway, it's a new game. It's a card-based game based off Dota, Defense of the Ancients 2, and that's coming out. It's called Artifact. There's no other, not much more details about it. There is some stuff on IGN if you want to go and check there, but I think they're going to be releasing more information down the line, so if you want to find out more about it, you'll be able to get more info then. But the fact that they're releasing a new game, you know, Valve always pretty good with their games, so interesting to see how that turns out. It's probably going to be something like Hearthstone or something like that, you know. Another cool one I want to tell you about is, if you're in the market for a brand new watch, well, you may want to hold off, because Seiko, the Seiko Watch Corporation, they're releasing a brand new watch, or 2 watches, based off Super Mario Brothers, and they're limited edition ones. So they're called Wired Cross Super Mario Bros. Limited Edition, or it's Wired Times, I presume it's cross, the way the Japanese always say it. It's like double cross or whatever. Anyway, they're releasing on the 8th of September in Japan, and they're going to be priced 19,440 yen, which is about £137 here in the UK, or $177 in the US if you're in the US. So you'll probably have to import it in. Maybe you'll get some tax on top of that, but it does say it's inclusive of tax, but I presume that's in Japan, not here. So in here in the UK, you'd add an extra 20% on top of that. So you're adding £26 on top of 137, so £163 pretty much. Not too bad if you're looking for a cool limited edition watch. It does say there's 2 versions. I'll post pictures up here again. I'll put links in the description and stuff. But one of the versions, the AGAK 702, is limited to 500, and the AGAK 703 is limited to 300. So these are limited edition watches. It's not one of these ones where it's limited edition like a game and you get 17 million copies of it, which isn't really limited edition. Anyway, so yeah, if you're into looking for a new watch, Seiko, always pretty good watchmakers. Obviously they're no luxury watches, but for £160 thereabouts in the UK, get a pretty cool watch. I'm actually considering going to maybe try and snag one myself. The last story I wanted to tell you about is even, it's not even games related, I just thought it was pretty cool, was it looks like the Dredd TV series, it's called Mega City 1. The producer Jason Kingsley said that they are now in talks with Karl Urban to reprise his role as Judge Dredd, so that's pretty cool. He said, this is the producer, he said, "We have been in discussions with Karl about his possible involvement in Judge Dredd, Mega City 1 for some time. These conversations continue, but we're keen, he's keen, it's just a case of us making sure the show is everything we want it to be. This needs to be done right, the fans deserve it. Our team is working hard on scripts for the first season, creating engaging multi-thread storylines, one of which will be Dredd's, but others which take us into the wider world of Mega City 1. So yeah, that's awesome if you're into Judge Dredd. The movie that came out a couple of years ago was awesome. It's a pretty good film. I think people thought it was going to be more coming from that, a sequel maybe or something. But it didn't do as well in the box office as people had hoped, even though it was such a cool film. So hopefully the series will be really cool if he's in it, if Karl Urban's in it, then it's going to be kind of true to the form. And based on what's happening with budgets and TV series these days, it could be pretty epic. You know, you see Game of Thrones, the budget that's put on something like that. Maybe if Judge Dredd gets a decent following and gets a lot of people watching it, comic book fans and stuff, then maybe they'll get the money to put in there to make it really, really cool. Anyway guys, that's it for this episode of your Daily Fix. I'm going to be back tomorrow with Friday's Daily Fix, and I think I'm doing a video with Lindsay. We're going to do one tonight, but we're going to do it tomorrow maybe instead. And I'm also considering doing a live stream myself. Lindsay does her stream on the Wednesday. I'm thinking about maybe doing one at the weekend just to split up the week, so I've got one at the weekend as well. And I know Brandon's been asking me to play Star Trek for ages now, so I might jump into Star Trek because I've got a line over there, it's still in its case, I've not even used the thing yet, and I was super excited about it, but with just everything going on, I've not had the chance to actually play it yet, so I might jump in and play that, and we can maybe get some multiplayer action going. Make it so, Captain, make it so. You know, I love Star Trek. So anyway, that's it for this one, guys. Remember, if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button, leave a thumbs up or a comment. That's what helps the most. If you share it around, that's amazing. You guys are awesome. Anyway, that's it for this one. Remember, we're just a bunch of small fries trying to create big things. Thank you for watching.